What's up, everybody? So today I have a project that I'm going to be working on. I've had a little bit of a problem whenever I hit the gas. My Jeep wants to pull to the left. When I let off the gas, it rotates kind of to the right. And so it's just a balancing act of on and off throttle, and it's feeling very soft. So I crawled under there. So what you're seeing right now is me rotating the tire back and forth, and you can see all the play in this bushing right here. And that's the problem. So my idea is to get rid of the rubber bushing and go to a Heim joint. And what that's going to do is make it all solid, and it shouldn't be able to wiggle like you just saw. So anyway, that's what I'm doing today. Let me show you what all I've got to make that happen. All right, so I went on Barnes and I got a build your own kit for the upper rear control arms of a TJ. So what all comes with that kit is you get yourself 2 right-hand Heims and 2 left-hand Heims. And with those Heim joints, you're going to have that where you can twist it one way or the other to lengthen it or shorten it. That's great for anybody that's got the pinion angle they need to achieve and stuff like that, like I do. So with this bung, what's going to happen is this little piece just slides right nicely tight in there. And so we're going to weld a little groove in right here, a little V, and then that'll give us a welding channel. You see, this one is already kind of at an angle here. So whenever we angle this piece on the metal, we'll actually have a bed to weld to, and so that will weld this threaded bung into this pipe. We're going to use about 8 inches to make each one. So this one piece will make both pieces. So we're going to have a right-hand bung on one side, and then after we cut it, we'll have a left hand, then another right hand, and another left hand. So if you don't know how to tell if something is left or right-handed, let me show you a little trick here. The right-handed thread is just a standard nut, but the left-handed series, they all have this little groove in them right here. That right there, you see there's a little groove in the bung, and this bung is just smooth walled, and so is the bolt. So that's how you tell left and right hands. So with the Heims, you're also going to have these misalignment spacers, and these go from a 3/4 inch hole right here, 3/4 inch outer, to a 10 millimeter inner. That's what goes through the frame, is a 10 millimeter bolt. So these literally just pop right in like that, and then this one will pop in just like that. No welding necessary. These are sunk in to where they are a machine fit. So you just put those in like that. So I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize in here just so we don't run into any problems in the future with these. For the purpose of working, we're just gonna work without them. That way everything's a lot easier and flat and won't get away from us. With that, what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna clean up all this metal, grind it down, put the little V channel on it. And then after that, I'm going to start prepping everything for welding. I've gotta go get some acetone because I don't have any. And the next time you see me, we'll be ready to weld. But for now, let's just do the prep stuff and we'll go from there. All right, so I put the jam nut on all the way, and then I backed it off 5 turns. That way I've got a little bit of work room here, and there's plenty of stuff in there to give it a good bite. So bolt head to bolt head is 14.5 inches. So we want the overall length of this to be 14.5. And with these being from this little lip here, from this little channel to center, is about 2.5. So 2.5, 2.5, that equals 5. 5 minus 14, 9.5. So I've measured these off at 9.5 here and get these ready to tack in. So the next thing we want to do is we want to bevel the edge, and that's basically this little, where it's at an angle here. We want to match that on the metal. That way when we bevel it, we'll have a V shape, and we can tack it and then weld around that V, and it's getting all the way down in here to make a good weld. And just to check that, put that in, I'll put this in, and remember, what was our number? 14.5. That's what we're looking for. So we hope be 14.5. So we're within a 1/2 inch to 1 inch of in and out either way. So we can go 13.5 all the way up to 16. So we're set on that. Take these out, put them over here. Get that bevel ground into this. After that, we'll do the welding. So first things first, let's get these cleaned up and everything prepped, and then we'll go from there. so what I'm doing is I'm using this guard as a guide. So I'm putting this on, letting it sit there, and I'm putting this at a 45. And I'm rolling the metal into the grinder to where it keeps it at a 45, and that's how I'm getting modest grinds that are at a 45. And so here's what we're looking for. See, now it's got this little channel that we can put some weld down in, and that way it's not just a surface weld, it's getting down into this. But you gotta be careful not to burn through this, because if this gets too hot, then you mess up your threads. So we're gonna do a tack and then a slow weld around, and that's gonna be our day. So what I gotta do now is get my welder set up for this 1/8 inch metal. So right now I'm set up at 1/4 inch, which will just cook right through it. So what I wanna do is go in here and see what it's gonna suggest to me. And so what we're looking for is 1/8 inch metal right here. And we're using 3/0 wire. So we're gonna follow that all the way over here. So we're gonna set up for 260, 18.5. We come up here, turn the machine on, 260 and 18.5. There's our baseline. That's where we're gonna start. The number one thing to be concerned with right now at this point, as you're getting ready to weld these, left and right. Don't forget about the groove. Make sure you have one of each on each one. That is a control arm. So I'm just working the weld real slow, a tack at a time, so I don't overheat it and warp those threads. And so how I'm starting the weld is I'm starting it on the tube, the DOM, and I'm working over to the metal and up to the last weld. So it's like a little check mark backwards. And I'm not a welder, but it works. All right. So, as you can see, we got some discoloration, which in my understanding means there's a lot of heat and that there was some penetration. So it's got some penetration. We'll clean all this crap off. Got a couple little slaggy spots, but that's okay. Don't care who you are. It ain't pretty. But I damn sure can guarantee that'll hold. Let that cool. Got one more of these to make. I'm gonna let this one cool down and go from there. Are these the prettiest welds? Nah, nope. But I see I've got good penetration. So I've got discoloration all the way up into here, all the way back into here. And from my understanding is discoloration is heat and heat is penetration. That's what I'm going by. I don't know how true it is. But anyway, I've got this all tacked in and welded into place. So we're gonna let them cool. And then we're gonna put some anti-seize and thread them in. Getting hot. So, welding's done. Everything's cooled off to the touch. What we've got now is 2 right-hand threads, 2 left-hand threads. So the left-hand threads go in backwards. Super easy. A little right-hand thread action. Super easy. So the next thing for me to do is actually take these, prime them, paint them, let them dry, give them a day or 2 to cure, and maybe by then I can assemble it all and put it on the Jeep. So I'm gonna go ahead and call this video here. If you need to order something on Barnes, you can get discount codes. One of the discount codes I use is called Muddy Beards. Muddy Beards. And his YouTube channel is literally what got me into welding and got me the confidence to where I can do this, you know, and by golly, he was right. So with that being said, with Muddy Beards has got a promotional thing with Barnes that will get you 10% off. So hopefully that'll help somebody out. Hope this video helps somebody out. And if you're ever thinking about building your own stuff, it's not that difficult. Like I said, it's not rocket science. Look at this. 1/16 of an inch too short. They're not equal, but guess what? You make up for it with these. So it's not rocket science. It's still gonna work just fine. As long as I'm 14.5 center to center, it doesn't matter. And I can adjust that with these. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you on the next one when we get these installed on the old TJ.